I'm blinded by your grace.
Hi everyone, we're now in the room waiting for the consultant. I'm really excited to see what they've got to tell me, and hopefully we'll be able to start that treatment next week. So now I've just finished my second consultation. Saw the chemotherapist. There was 2 consultants that came in to speak to me. It was quite overwhelming, the information that I had to take in. So I've had to record some of this information so I can go back and just revisit it so I can get some more understanding of what's going to be taking place. Yeah, so what I'd always advise, if you have to go for anything like this, any sort of consultation like that, it's really important for you to record it, because there's a lot of information to take in, and then you can always go back and revisit it. So it will help you to process it more, because you're going to forget a lot of stuff, so that's going to help you remember it. Right, anyway, so after that, after them revisiting and telling me about what they said in the last consultation about, unfortunately, they're not unable to do the chemotherapy and the radiotherapy together because of the fact that it will cause more damage to my bowels and cause more problems for me in the future. So they don't want to damage my bowels. So they're now deciding that the best way forward is to have 2 separate chemotherapies. Right, so what I'll be having is 2 3-week sessions of the 2 separate chemotherapies. One is going to be a tablet that I take twice a day, and I will do that for 3 weeks, and then on the 4th week I won't take the tablet, and then I will be going into Royal Marsden, where they will be giving me chemotherapy intravenously every 3 weeks. Right, so after the 6 weeks, what they're going to do then is they're going to revisit it, go and get some more scans to see how it's improved from the first scan, and hopefully it would have shrunk. If it hasn't shrunk, then they're going to have to look at different options, possibly going back to do radiotherapy and chemotherapy together, but they know that if they do revisit that way, it's going to be a lot more damage for me. So we hope and pray that it's going to be able to reduce it, so then we can just go for the operation and get rid of all the cancer. Yeah, so the encouraging part of it is that hopefully after the 6 weeks, the tumour would have shrank, and then they can start the operation and just cut it out, and hopefully that will be it. If not, unfortunately, we'd have to go back, revisit it. They'll have to have another meeting and decide what's the best way forward. Next week, I'm going to be back next week Tuesday, where they're going to we're going to do some scans next week, just to see, before we start the chemotherapy, exactly where the cancer's at. They did say it was quite large, so they're going to see how big it is when we start the chemo, and then they revisit the scans again in 6 weeks after that and see how much it shrank. I had an absolutely wonderful nurse. She was so lovely. She was so informative. She gave me so much information. Like I said, there was a lot to take in. I mean, I've got this folder here with lots of information, which I'll go through with you tomorrow, because there's just so much for me to actually take in and remember at the moment. But, you know, there's even things like benefits that you can be claiming while you're going through these treatments. And you just wouldn't expect that, you know, you'd be entitled to all of these things, and that the nurse would go through all of these things with you. So it's really, really positive information that I got today. So I'm really happy about today. So, yeah, looking forward to next week.